Yeah, I think that looks good. I think that is exactly where I wanted it. The growing medium I'm using is a 70% Leica and 30% peat moss mix. I use it with most of my trees. I find that it's good drainage, and the trees do very well in it. The root growth is fantastic. The trees remain healthy, and I can keep some of my trees I have in some of the medium for 2 years now, so they are due for repotting. I've got 3 of these bags that will be being used. But for me, I like this. It's easy. It doesn't take me extra time to mix and to make up my own. I know there are a lot of guys and the die-hard professional bonsai growers do that. This for me is a pastime. It's time for me to relax, time for me to spend some time, get some fresh air, get some vitamin D, you know, and just enjoy the art of bonsai. The bonsai trees really have the ability to just take your mind off things that sometimes get too much. Work and the office lady complaining, and the boss moaning in your ear, being a rep and not always having appointments or having some free time. I am able to do these things. It doesn't take ages to repot a tree. It's 15, 20, 30 minutes of your time, and yeah, hello Gizmo. And I mean, what more would you want? We are under a wild olive tree, which, funny enough, make brilliant bonsai trees. So we've often got seedlings and little seeds coming up and growing. So maybe in the future we'll see some. I've got a wild olive on the back table there, which is about 25 years old, which was very neglected, and it's now starting to grow again. So that's also something that we'll be looking into as time allows. But for now, this is the one that's getting all the attention. So let's get some of that, some more of that growing medium in and get it potted. Gizmo's getting some peat moss in his face because he's just way too curious for his own good. Basically what I'm just doing here is getting some of this Leica in between those roots, and the peat moss. It just helps with settling the tree and the soil, so that you don't have a tree that's extremely loose and floppy in your pot. I don't like this wind now. filling the pot up a bit, because as I water it and as I get some water into it just now, it's definitely going to settle. It's going to soak it down a bit and get some of the water. I think what we should do now is just have a look at what's happening here. Just get those dogs. Gizmo, Jasmine. We have some clivias in the garden. In fact, let me show you those. These are some of the clivias that are blooming now. But the dogs have a habit of running through this section here, as you can see. Gizmo. So there's an orange one, and yeah, we have some yellow ones. You can see there. Here we have the ferns, bromeliads, some more ferns going on there, and some more clivias. What we have here, just by the byline seeing that we are in the garden, is a wild fig ficus. I am not exactly sure which one it is yet. I'm yet to determine. Maybe you guys that are in the know can have a look. There we go. There's a nice shot of the leaves. But basically what I did is I planted it, and it's finally showing some good growth in the trunk. When I planted it about a year and a half ago, the main trunk was like that little twig there, and yeah, it's done an exceptional amount of growing. I'm keeping it in the ground here because I didn't have a pot for it, and I wanted to see what it does just being left alone and growing, and I must say it makes a massive difference to the trunk. Here are some of the other trees that still need attention. There's some pine coming up there, and as you can see here, this looks very messy, I know, but these were planted in an old meat freezer tray, which are fantastic for growing trees if you want to keep them on a table, but you want to give them space to grow. So it really is handy. These Apis doring have done an exceptional amount of growing, and yeah, I need to get these 4 guys out into pots this year still. We also have a guava tree growing here. Hopefully we should be eating some fruit in the near future, maybe in the next year or so. Right, back to our model for the day. I must say, I'm hoping this little tree takes off a little bit and does some growing. It's definitely time. I have a myrtle in a similar pot than what this one was, about the same age, and definitely need to get that one repotted as well. This chopstick will need replacement, which is always a good thing because it means I can go buy sushi, which is never a bad thing, of course. I think what I will be doing is, once I've watered this down a bit, is to maybe just get 1 or 2 of the garden rocks out of their spot, rinse them off a bit, clean them, and get them on here just to keep it stable. I think think what I'm going to do is I just want to see this toothbrush. I've always got this old white toothbrush or old toothbrush here, which I usually use for moss growing on the branches, but it also proves quite handy in getting rid of these little buggers physically. You've got to be careful though, especially with a new growth. So this is just a test to see if it works. It's okay, but I think I'll treat it with neem oil. The brush is a bit too big and these little twigs are too small. The tree's a little bit too tender, so let's get cracking. Let's just get some of this old growth off here. This is a dead branch. It's not showing any new growth, so I'm going to cut it off here. You will see that here we have some new growth. So if all goes well and our tree stays healthy, we'll have these pushing out this way, which will fill in this empty little hole quite nicely, which is always nice. Yeah, you'll see that this tree really was neglected. My bad. But yeah, time sometimes gets away from you. You don't always have time to do the things you want to do. Another dead branch. I seem to have a lot of dead wood here. And I'm starting to wonder why there's so much. Yeah, so basically if I do see some of the leaves dying off, I will have a look at cutting back some of the growth, just to give the tree a chance to recuperate from the root pruning. I didn't cut off excessive amounts. These were the roots that did come off were basically just in the way and creating a bit of an issue and a problem. So yeah, basically let's have a look. I'm going to get some water onto this this tree and definitely give it some TLC for the next while, and hopefully by December I can show you something completely different. There we go. I've got a litre of bio-neem oil that I've mixed up, and I have sprayed the tree, made sure to get everything covered. I made a litre because I've just seen that I've got some woolly aphids on some of my other trees, which I do not want spreading and increasing. But yeah, if you'd like to know or hear some other things, or see some other material or whatever the case may be, please let me know. Drop a comment in the comments below, and if you don't mind, please subscribe. Get your friends to subscribe, but get your bonsai club to subscribe, so that they can see how to do things or how not to do things. I'm not a professional, I'm still learning, but loving it. And yeah, if there's anything else you'd like to know or see, let me know and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, your subscriptions mean a lot, motivates me to get some more videos out, get some more material done, and get some gear so that the audio is not so terrible. Maybe something that I can stick to my shirt. Thanks, take care.